We are back, baby. What is going on? Happy Monday to you, and welcome back to the extras. Hope y'all had a good weekend. It is kind of rough here. Still cleaning up from all these floods and storms and craziness. Becky says, first and first out. Good night, folks. Stay safe. Good night, Becky. Thanks for checking in. Hope you're doing well. Looked like you were having fun. I saw your picture in the Discord. Diana in the chat as well. What's going on, D? Hope you had a good weekend. And Crooked Orchid. She says, Becky, I love you. Stay safe and hydrated today. Yeah, definitely stay hydrated. Very important. Black Magic in the chat as well. What is going on, my friend? Hope you had a great weekend. I'm staying hydrated here. I got my supreme hydration. Oh, man. I wanted to do a fun one today, but I cannot believe this story is still going. And just as I was about to do a whole stream about how national media is not covering it, national media actually did start covering it. So I have some of their coverage. And I have, of course, some boots on the ground TikTokers, because I wanted to hear it from the actual residents of Gary, Indiana. What is going on? Dude, it is absolutely nuts. I cannot believe that they have been without power for as long as they have. And a lot of people are starting to feel despair. People who don't have their power back on. Black Magic says, don't forget to slap the like button, folks. Yes, I appreciate you. Definitely do that. We have, come on. There we go. There's my hype, man. Hit that like button. But yeah, it's definitely, there's despair on the part of the people whose power obviously has still not been restored. There are conspiracies going around because people on all sides of the situation. There's actual weird business dealings going on. There's all kind of stuff at play here. A lot of people blaming data centers. People are blaming all kind of things. So I wanted to hear what's actually happening in Gary, Indiana. It is nuts. This is let's see here. This is a story from BBC yesterday, where they highlighted the fact that it has now been, today is 14 days with no power in Gary, Indiana. So the story kind of covers, several different folks who are going through the situation, but the interesting information I wanted to pull from this article, I wanted to know how many people's power had been turned back on since the storm. And according to the BBC, power has been restored to more than 345,000 customers since the storm struck, but almost 30,000 are still without power as of Sunday morning. Now, that's like 400,000 people that lost power is insane. That's absolutely insane. But, from what I'm understanding, it's really not, it doesn't take a lot of damage to knock out that many people. It's all about when certain spots get hit. And this Yahoo News article kind of talked about that. It's called U.S. Power Grid Faces Blackout Warning as one city goes dark for over a week. Now it's been 2 weeks. This is from Friday the 21st. But the interesting part of this is how they talk about, essentially, a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission analysis concluded that disabling just 9 key substations could paralyze the entire American power grid for 18 months. That is insane. That's an insane piece of information. So hopefully not a lot of people know that. But, you know, they talk about various, you know, coordinated attacks against infrastructure that have happened, different weather things that have happened, but it's definitely, it is scary how fragile things are. And you gotta remember, I'm picking up the Jeffrey. I started listening to this show again. I'm regretting it. You gotta remember, you guys, electric infrastructure is outside. Okay, so when a storm happens, it's gonna break. I don't know how you can really. I mean, you could put a lot of it underground or whatever, and try and do stuff, but I just feel like storm damage is just part of life. But it's all in the response. And there have been crews from multiple states in the area doing the work. I've got some video from those guys too. Oh my gosh, it's hard to know where to start here. Now, a lot of these videos, I tried to notate which day, like where in the power outage, each thing happened. But okay, this is this is day 13. This girl is finally learning how to fill and start the generator at her house.
Morning, y'all.
Good
Day
morning.
13, I guess. Still no power. It's the morning. I'm gonna show y'all how to turn the generator on, because I've learned how to do this. I was like, oh, I'm about to go do it every time. No.
KO says, a little Drew goes a long way, but isn't enough.
So you gotta make sure it's full. I've only watched my brother do this, and he spilled it everywhere because he had this.
Black Magic says, whatever, pal.
I don't know. Oh my gosh. It's spilling like that. Okay, so I had to use a cup because I just could not figure out this no spill situation.
Whoa, okay,
and you see, I spilled half.
Hold on. Okay, now, I didn't think we were gonna have to do any kind of critique here, but what's happening? Okay, hold on.
So I had to use a cup because I just...
Do not pour gasoline into a plastic cup. It will eat through it.
I don't know.
Potentially.
Oh my gosh. It's spilling like that.
Okay, so she's having trouble figuring out.
Okay, so I had to use a cup because I just could not figure out this no spill situation. And you see, I spilled half of it on the generator. Yes. I smell like gas. It's like everything in America is created to be a hindrance to us. Not to be helpful, but to fucking make our lives harder. But I'm about to show you how to do it.
Girl, every time I start a machine, I think that.
Okay, so you flip this on.
I'm laughing with you, not at you. I'm sorry.
Turn it on.
But she knows what to do right here, okay? Okay, so what she did, she opened up the fuel valve, and then she turned the choke to full choke, okay? After you fill it up, definitely wipe up any fuel you spill.
Hit it once. Turn it back over here.
Black Magic says she's got a point. Yeah, I agree.
Pull it off camera, but there it goes.
Yes.
Day 13.
Got it started.
Day 13,
Jeez.
y'all. Now let me go take a shower because I smell like gas now.
Aw.
Morning, y'all.
Now,
Day 13, I guess.
That is one consideration, because I don't know the... Black Magic says it sure feels that way sometimes. Absolutely. You know, every time I... Pretty much any piece of equipment. Anytime I use any piece of equipment, I have those thoughts. But it's like... Man, this is scary to me. Because, like, in my area, a lot of people... are on a well Okay, so if you don't have electricity, you don't have water either. So that's pretty difficult. So if she, I don't know if she is in that situation and she had to start the generator so that she could take a shower, or if she's like on city water and she's doing, well, I hope she's doing good. Oh, Christina Lynn in the chat. What's going on, Christina? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing good. We're talking about Gary, Indiana, having no power for 2 weeks. She says, hey, she's doing better than I would. I need to learn, especially since I'm in Texas where we have grid issues. You know, and we were just talking about this when we talked about the solar salesman. And these oh my God, the absolute worst people on earth. If you just not the worst people like character-wise, just the hardest to deal with in a conversation. Just that's the sales tactics that are associated with solar sales are just insane. And I'm sure they're going to capitalize on this. But they have a point, because if you can be self-sufficient, this kind of thing doesn't really affect you. If you got solar panels in the yard and batteries in the basement, I mean, you know, like that one guy in the cabin, he spent 10 grand. He runs his whole house on it. 5 kids or whatever. It's not impossible, but I definitely, in a city, it's really hard to do. But anyways, if you if that sounds funny to you, check out that solar
Still no power
sales stream. But oh, hold on, I gotta mute for this next one. Now, this was day 3. Day 3, no power, okay, at the grocery store. Think about this. By the way, Christina, I would advise get a generator now while everyone's not trying to get one, because as soon as the power outage happens, all the generators within 500 miles are sold out. They're gone. So get you a generator now, and get one like a Westinghouse or something reliable, a good brand, and get one that has electronic ignition. Because you just push a button, the thing starts up. You don't have to think about it. That's my advice. Even has an app on your phone. You can push a button and start it. It's crazy. Anyways, KO says Drew versus the solar salespeople. Yeah, dude, those guys, they got under my skin. I know that's their that's their deal. That's what they're trying to do, but it worked. She says how to blow the F up on TikTok. Yeah, you know, it's wild. A lot of this storm information is being passed through TikTok. Because when there is a void of news on a topic, it just fuels conspiracy. Christina says, yes, I will. That's a great idea. I'm writing that down. Thank you. They have various sizes. I've been looking at them. They're like $500 to $700 for a decent size one. You know, just look at the label on the back of all of the things that you want to run and see how many watts it draws. It's pretty easy. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about this. We're talking about day 3, okay, of no power at the grocery store. What do you think that's going to look like? Insanity, right? I mean, what does the grocery store even have if they don't have electricity? All we have it muted because it's, you know, saxophones or some sort of copyrighted music. But all of the refrigerators are empty, it seems like. That little, that small freezer looked like it had power. So they do have lights on in the grocery store, but they have enough power to run the lights and not to run the refrigeration. That makes sense. So, you know, they have plenty of barbecue sauce lined up there. Not a lot of meat to buy to barbecue. That is a huge problem. And by day 3, that most people don't have 2 weeks worth of food in their house. You know, so by day 3, people are out of stuff because whatever you were able to save in your fridge, it's gone now. It's done. you know? So, it is really, it's scary. And, there have been, thankfully, a lot of food and supply giveaways. This was one, that happened on day 11.
Day 11 for Gary, Indiana.
This is Goldilocks 10 on TikTok.
And yes, I live here. I've lived here all my 65 years. So they're doing
65 years
giveaway.
Cheers to you, man.
Of school, I'm not school supplies, of cleaning supplies and some food.
Okay.
And it starts at 12.
See, that's another thing people don't think about, is cleaning.
And they've been out here since 8 o'clock this morning.
When there's no power,
the chairs,
everything
stinks.
everything
Getting ready. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, there's never any cars on my block. There's only like 5 houses.
She says she can only get phone service when she's down the street. Oh my gosh, look at the line. Oh wow.
For the longest. Starting to drizzle a little bit. But people are all the way down the block. And
there's cars everywhere, just people waiting.
There's never any cars down here, but everybody's been down here since this morning, waiting.
KO says food, that's so sweet. Giveaway cleaning supplies also. Yeah, absolutely. Because after 2 weeks, man.
Let's see if I can. Okay.
And the stores are closed. So if you run out of Windex, it's not like every store's open. You can just go buy some.
Oh yeah.
Look at how many people there are.
Okay, all the way back to the far back as this goes, because this is the farm, the church and the farm, where they have goats and chickens and ducks and such.
Good luck. Good luck protecting those ducks, man, because when something like this is going on,
size, I tried.
You got a bunch of ducks running around your yard. That's just free food right there, right? I know if I was in a power outage situation, I would probably start eating some ducks.
And the mosquitoes have declared war. I promise.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that's what I'm saying. The mosquitoes.
Sorry, y'all. That video.
The trash. Another thing that doesn't. I don't know if she's going to talk about this.
Past like one of the dead trees or trees that's laying on the road, they will.
Industrial sewage pumps also run on electricity.
But yes, they're doing the giveaway, and the giveaway does not start until noon.
So
and
for some people, their drain won't work anymore.
All the way down the block. They finally had to. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I can lift it high enough. They have the police now on the premises because it was getting crazy. People cussing and clowning, and this is a church that's doing the giveaway.
You hate to hear that.
But this is day 11, folks.
But it's understandable that people would be distraught. You know, people are at their wits' end, and it's scary. It's scary that things can break down this quickly, and if you don't have your own infrastructure, the government infrastructure that you're counting on to be there for you might not actually be there. KO says, I hardly think I'll be wanting Windex at 2 weeks without power. Well, it's like, I don't know. I don't know why I said Windex. I'm sure that's not what they're giving away, but, you know, like wipes and, you know, all-purpose cleaner, I would think, because if you can't buy it at the store, you still have to clean your house, clean the area where you're eating or whatever. I don't know how people are eating. That's the next thing we're going to look at here. So this was a block that was really thankful for the linemen that turned their power back on.
Here we go! We got the motherfucking lights! We back! We got lights!
He's a worker with the power. So the if you don't notice right here, the street lights are on. and they haven't been on for a long time. And I notice a lot of people are saying how dark it gets, because when you live in the city, even at nighttime, it's still light everywhere. But if you live in the country or go out to the country, you know that nighttime, it is absolutely pitch black. You cannot see a single thing, and it's scary, especially you know, in a city with a lot of people living close together. This lady was mad because in the midst of all of this going on, the electric company is called NIPSCO, and apparently they didn't have the foresight to maybe press pause on sending out all of the bills.
So we going on day 13, no
Not
power
the People's
in Gary,
Court.
Indiana.
Oh God.
And guess who sent me my bill? I just feel like y'all should have delayed. I know it's for the month prior, but y'all should have said how long.
Yes,
Let's
I
hold
agree.
off on sending out
I
them
absolutely
bills.
agree. This is a real bad
Me
look.
getting that in the mail this morning was not on my bingo card when I still ain't got no
No
power.
kidding, man. This was from yesterday.
And then the motherfucker almost $400.
Not $400. Oh.
So we going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just liked her personality there. That's Nova Carmichael on TikTok. But Keho says this is feral. Open some beans and eat them times. Yes, definitely. Ducks save them. No, I know. I wasn't being serious. I'd rather eat the eggs and keep the ducks, personally. This is some sort of internet news station, but this person they're interviewing said that some people have not eaten for days.
We just ain't got no help over here. We ain't seen no city officials out
This is
here.
from Breakthrough News on TikTok. This is from 3 hours ago. Still no government response in Gary, Indiana, and people haven't eaten
we need
for
more
days.
than just people out here shaking hands and cutting out. There's people in the house, stuck in the house that haven't eaten for days. This side gets resources when it comes to property, when everybody wants the property over here. But when it comes to help, we don't get any help over here. I don't see any government resources being spent in our neighborhood. We got a lot of elderly out here. We're able to fully function, but we got jobs. We can't physically continue this for the next month or so, or however long the lights are off.
There's
we
a
need
power
people
truck.
physically
Okay.
checking on these elderly people that are in their homes, that can't get out, they're sitting in the hot air every day. We
Yeah.
just ain't got no help over here.
That's the other thing too, is it's so hot, and you have sick people, elderly people, and there's no air conditioning, there's no fans, there's no nothing. You have nothing. KO says it's crazy. I didn't know about this. A lot of people are saying that in these comments on these videos, is that why isn't this being talked about? But some people were quick to bring up the North Carolina incident that happened, where there was all that flooding down there. They were without power for 2 weeks. But I do remember there was national attention on that, and lots of trucks came in from other states to assist, as they are in this situation too. But I just feel like a lot of the coverage I was able to find is really from today and yesterday. Christina says, I had no idea either. This is so sad. And this is what happened, okay? There was a storm that came through and knocked out some people's power. And then this big storm came through and destroyed, just knocked trees down everywhere, power lines down everywhere, and they still hadn't even recovered from the first storm. So people are just absolutely buried out there. And after there's a flood, I can tell you from personal experience, I'm dealing with it now. When the creek or river comes into your house, even after it's gone, the problem is still there, because you have to clean every single surface or throw away every single thing that the water touched. And it is a huge process, especially when you have no food, you have no electricity, you have no water. These are just the absolute worst scenario that you can imagine. I mean, like, I have been complaining a lot over the past few days to myself about the situation that I'm in, but also it's like my power is back on. I was able to turn my air conditioning back on after I cleaned everything. These guys don't have that option. They're just sitting there sweating, and a lot of people are living in their vehicles. And oh my gosh, this one I saw. Hold on, where is she? Here. She's pregnant and has a child living in her car. Come on. And you have an electric car. What are you gonna do? You gonna live at the charger? Dude. That's crazy. I mean, she is lucky to have a vehicle, really, to be able to stay comfortable in, but at the same time, it's like, you're pregnant. You cannot be living like this. You have a child with you, like, oh my God, man. It is horrible. And I feel like the news not covering it is making it worse because it breeds conspiracy theory talk like this.
The power outage and situation in Gary, Indiana, which is just crazy. I don't know why these people are still without power. That's wild for 2 weeks. Like I said a week ago when I talked about this, it's giving Hurricane Katrina vibes. But I saw somebody post this, and for those of you in Gary, Indiana, I want to know if this is true or not.
I do agree about the Hurricane Katrina vibes. I don't think I can say
this word on here because when I talked about it happening in Tahoe, I got flagged. So I'm just going to go ahead and show this, and you guys in Gary, Indiana can read it and let me know if this is true or not. So Gary, Indiana has been without power.
Gary's been without power for 2 weeks, except the data centers, is what her little caption
power
says.
For almost 2 weeks, and they're saying everywhere in Gary, Indiana, except those specific areas listed there, do not have power and still do not have power. So Gary, Indiana people, are you still without power?
Now, this is born in truth, but horribly misleading. Okay, so essentially what happened here is that the kernel of truth is that NIPSCO does provide power to some data centers. There are 7 data centers, 8 sites, but 7 data centers operating in Gary. Now, the insinuation here is that the electricity is going to the data centers because the greedy data centers consume all. And they do, and they are evil and greedy. But I can tell you that data centers have their own on-site generators that run the entire facility. So they would not be turned off in a power outage because they can't. Because it's incredibly difficult to restart the facilities once they've gone offline. So yeah, they all have their own generators and stuff. So this is kind of a misleading thing. But it's one of the many things that's going on that could be easily dispelled if the news was just talking about what happened. KO says, so it all flooded. Yes. Yeah, the whole place flooded. I got that story next. Black Magic says, what a mess. This is terrible for these people. We need to take better care of each other and have genuine concern for others like we used to have in society. And you know what? Man. I don't know. I don't like to say controversial things here because we generally are just like having fun, but really it does feel like Katrina, and I do feel like there is a kernel of truth to the people who are saying that wealthier areas tend to get repaired quicker than non-wealthy areas, and I don't know. I don't know, it's just doesn't feel like a coincidence that certain areas get turned on before others, but, you know, whatever. I don't want to get sued by these greedy monsters, but, hold on, where's the lady who explains the two storms? Sorry, I have a lot of clips. Here we go. This is Terry Love 26 on TikTok.
This shit is crazy. We're officially on day 10. 8 o'clock. It's about to get dark soon. I'm literally just sitting in my car thinking of a fucking plan. Charging my phone. Because I don't have no power. I can't charge it at home. And it's just sickening, bro. Like, we're all going through it, you know? It's not just me. We're all going through it. But let me tell you something. Gary, Indiana wasn't prepared for this. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have hurricane. We didn't even really catch a fucking break. I mean, let's talk about it. This is actually like the third tornado that we had. We had a first one a few months ago that fucked up the whole mayor of Indiana. Took a lot of houses with them, you know. And then just a month later, we had this one. I didn't know about that. The power was out from the last one, but it was only out for like 2 days. This one's been the longest. Yeah, we really didn't even recover from the first one. You know, we really didn't even recover from the first one. People don't talk about hard workers that don't get benefits, you know, like myself. I don't get food stamps. So let's talk about the $200 worth of food that I just got, that just got so spoiled, molded. I had to throw it all away, you know?
That's horrible.
If you get food stamps, fortunately,
it's not like you could eat it all in one night.
They give you replacement food stamps for the food that you lost. You know, some people don't qualify for that. I feel like the mayor just wreaking all the publicity. I can't even say the word fucking right.
Black Magic says, I agree 100%. Thank you.
Like, y'all bringing food. We're grateful for that. But what about houses that got damaged? What about clothes? Yeah. What about assistance? You know, food, yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it. We're hungry, but like, that's it? We've been going through hell for 10 days. 10 fucking days.
This is heartbreaking.
Like, I had to sit in my car for hours just to charge my phone. Then more hours because I don't want to go home. It's dark now. I'm scared that I might get fucking raped or kidnapped or beat up because there's no cameras. It's pitch dark.
Yeah, there's no lights on the street. Wow.
Then NIPSCO. Let's talk about then NIPSCO is lying to us. They said the power was going to be on today. It's 8 o'clock, no power on. Then they said by the 21st. Then you go on the website, it says by the 28th. They don't know. They are overworked. And
today's the 24th, by the way. Still nothing.
So we can shut the fuck up.
Still tens of thousands without power.
We don't know how long we're going to be without power. We don't know. Like, this shit right here make you want to start a riot. Like, it's exhausting, bro. Like, I really feel like leaving. Don't got the money to do that, but definitely feel like just leaving.
I think a lot of people did.
It's sad out here, man.
But people who are struggling are going to struggle even more in a situation like this. And like she's saying, like, having the food, having the water, that's amazing, you know, but also they're going to need help with so many more things. They're going to need so much disaster relief.
Our city's not much, but it's our city. We weren't prepared for this. We don't have this. This is fucking up a lot of families, a lot of homes. Not just me, not just people that you see posting. The whole fucking Indiana, half of Indiana is affected by this. It's not enough resources. It's not enough help out here.
That's the other thing, too. It's not just Gary.
We're a low... I can't even talk. I can't even think. Like, at this point, you just want to go to sleep so you can wake up and it's daylight again. That's how sad it is. Just keep us in your prayers. I also want to say I appreciate all the comments, all the positive prayers. It really means a lot. I'm listening to it, I'm reading it, and thank you.
And she has a GoFundMe in her bio. So go to her page, Terry Love 26 on TikTok. It's God, there's so many of these. This is coming home on day 10. This is what it looks like driving in your neighborhood with no power on day 10. Absolutely nuts.
Like, I just want to show this because this is like really crazy. So these are just neighborhoods. It's no lights, it's no power. But look at this shit. When I cut my lights off, why the fuck? You see that shit? It is pitch.
It's dark.
Pitch fucking black.
Sure. Yeah. I call it country dark. Like when you're out in the country away from the city and there's no street lights or anything and the sun goes down, there's no homes nearby you, like the houses are far apart, so even like people's porch lights aren't really helping you out, and it is just absolute darkness everywhere. It's kind of weird. It's a little unsettling, you know? And they've been living like that for 2 weeks. But Keith Lee, food influencer / reviewer, we've talked about several times. He ended up doing an event today to give food, and he had like a little party thing so people could kind of let loose.
Yes, good morning. There is a lot of excitement here and a lot of moving parts. So Keith Lee will be here around 11 o'clock. He's bringing those supplies, but he's also bringing food trucks and a DJ. You can see them starting to get set up for that part of the event. Millions of people follow Lee on social media. A woman we spoke with showed up at 3 a.m. because she's so excited to meet him. But of course, that's not the only reason she's here.
Not just because I'm a fan, it's because I actually need it. I currently do not have any light still, and I am the caretaker of my 72-year-old mother, and I've got a few pets at home and things of...
What? Did the reporter ask, like, are you here because you're a fan or because you're starving? Like, what prompted this? Like, which is deeper, ma'am? Your thirst for Keith Lee or your thirst for a sip of drinkable water? Good God, man.
Gotten really
hate this.
Slim.
Last night, CBS News cameras captured some of the 700 linemen and 300 vegetation crews currently dedicated to
we got 700 guys working on it. That doesn't seem like a lot, though.
Residents here over the past
400,000 people without power and 700 guys working the case.
Waking up in the dark of their 13th morning without electricity. Mayor Eddie Melton says NIPSCO
we have people, right? What are we doing?
The power company's pace is, quote, unacceptable. Governor Mike Braun also didn't mince words, saying NIPSCO, quote, failed Hoosiers. Well, some of the people lined up this morning do have their power back. They tell us more than a week and a half without electricity took its toll. One dad is hoping today's giveaway will take away some stress.
We got to the order, so I'm still trying to get everything I can as far as food, resources, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to make sure that I can get as much as I can for my kids.
Yeah, I mean, and think about it, if the power's out, some people won't be working either. So if you're not making any money and you live paycheck to paycheck, now you're at 2 weeks and you've made zero money the entire 2 weeks.
Which is across the street, that they enter on 21st Street. They'll get a wristband and a box of supplies put in their car over there. Then they're invited to park in Roosevelt Park and can walk over here to where the DJ and the food trucks and influencer Keith Lee will be. That's the latest from here in Gary. I'm Lauren Victor reporting live, CBS.
So, I did find some video from the event. Like, actual... Here it is.
So we're about to do this right now. I need everybody to participate. Of all ages. Okay, y'all gotta face the DJ booth now.
Okay, we're definitely gonna get copyright strike for that. But they're doing the cha-cha slide and getting some food over at the Keith Lee event, which I thought that was really cool. I guess there was a lot of traffic around, and lots of people tried to go to this, but really cool thing that he did for people, and it's good to see, people who make money off of having a following, using it for good. But this was on day 11. This is a line for a $100 voucher, which I'm not sure exactly what that means, but saxophones. Says, Gary, Indiana, still no power. Disabled residents forced to stand in long lines for only $100. Now, $100 is not nothing. But, man. That's... I mean, there's people lined up all the way down the block. Because everyone is struggling right now. This guy... I think, was just trying to use up all of his food before it goes bad. I don't know. He's making the most of the situation. He says, day 12, no power.
This bitch. Pop out. Hey, man.
Okay, what's going on with this sock? Is this a rage bait thing?
Hey, y'all see what's going on.
Man has hot dogs, a whole rack of ribs, and 2 personal pizzas. I love it. This is, like, you gotta make the most of the situation, I guess. And some people are. Let's see. This is ABC's coverage from today.
This morning, it's been nearly 2 weeks, and thousands of residents in Northwest Indiana are still without power, and frustration is growing.
Day 11 of no power in Gary, Indiana.
I saw her
Electricity is still out in many parts of Gary, Indiana, since deadly storms ripped through the city, downing trees and power lines.
The water was pouring in my basement like Niagara Falls.
Felicity Clark has been stuck in her home.
That is a terrifying situation. Let me tell you, I was just in it, and it's when the water is in your house, and then you look outside, and you're like, oh, we just pumped the water outside, but then outside is also water. It's
Without power for the last 13 days, 2 trees fell on her home during the storms and flooded her entire house. Her basement now filled with dangerous mold.
We can't even go down there anymore.
You gotta clean it immediately, or else you have huge problems.
So I'm scared for our health.
Yeah.
I set up a GoFundMe because I don't know what else to do.
Every single video I've seen today had a GoFundMe on it. It's so horrible, man. That's just it's heartbreaking.
I don't know.
But residents forced into survival mode, grocery shelves empty for days, businesses closed, people lining up to get hot meals.
Right now, citizens are frustrated.
The mayor of Gary, Indiana, Eddie Melton, pressing NIPSCO, the state power company, to work faster, even bringing in help from other states.
It's unacceptable. We've communicated that to our utility company. We've had to create an emergency shelter. We've been providing food for residents.
And getting all of this debris cleaned up is also very important. Many residents have joined a class action lawsuit accusing the utility company of not doing enough to prepare for those violent storms. The utility company says they are working around the clock to get everybody back on, and they anticipate that could be by some point tomorrow. This morning,
I mean, I'm not a utility expert. What do you do to prevent a power pole from getting knocked down? I mean, I definitely feel for the people, but I don't know what I don't know what the solution is to this problem. Do we bury all the lines underground? Like, I don't know. I don't know what is the actual problem. But I think what happened here is a lot of, well, actually what the article was saying too, I already closed it, is that essentially the entire infrastructure of the grid in Gary completely was destroyed. They had to reinstall like 44 heavy transformers, and a bunch of lines are down everywhere, so it's basically a full system rebuild, and that's really hard. And balancing the grid while you're turning on areas is really complicated. So KO says, I had 4 to 5 feet of water in my basement. It took ServPro 7 days to tell us our basement was dry enough. Yeah, exactly. It's you have to run machinery the entire time. You can probably hear mine running in the background. Yeah, it's crazy. But oh yeah, and CBS Evening News finally talked about the story a little bit too. It's been 11 days since powerful storms knocked out electricity to tens of thousands of residents. Their first mention of it is on day 11. Frustration mounting. Wonder why that is. CBS's Usher Qureshi is in Gary, Indiana, hit hard by the outage. Usher, good evening to you.
Good evening, Jerika. At this hour, crews are still working while residents are in survival mode. Power is not expected to be restored here for many residents until late Tuesday, and the sense of desperation is growing. Like so many in Gary, Indiana, Shatia Hardin has been waiting for the minute her power finally turns back on.
It's been absolutely horrible. At night, we're sweating, we're irritable. You know, we have children to look out for, elderly people.
The storm walloped Indiana last week, killing at least 7 people and displacing about 1,000. In Gary, the storm knocked out electricity for more than half of the city's residents, where 1 in 3 lives in poverty.
It's not okay for us to continually be in survival mode. 1 in 3 live in poverty.
Yesterday, Indiana Governor Mike Braun said he requested an expedited major disaster declaration from FEMA. He says losses from the storm and its aftermath could top $5 billion. Many residents in Gary have been relying on this community center for hot meals, air conditioning, and a chance to charge their phones. Earlier this week, a class action lawsuit was filed against the region's electrical utility, NIPSCO, alleging the company failed to proactively trim back vegetation from power lines. NIPSCO disputes the claim, saying it's more than doubled its vegetation management in the last 10 years.
Okay, so that's what they were alluding to, is that they should have been spending more to cut trees away from power lines.
Eddie Melton is the city's mayor.
So we're going to revisit what should we do better from an emergency management standpoint. But going back to the utility side, what I'm going to encourage and demand that we start having more accountability.
Right now, about 30,000 people here in northern Indiana are still without power. For people who are still waiting, if their power doesn't come back until Tuesday, that'll mean they've been in the dark for 2 full weeks. Sharika?
Usher Qureshi in Gary, Indiana tonight. Thank you. It's been 11.
This person made this video on day 9, living out of a styrofoam cooler.
People telling me.
I'm not trying to say anything here. Maybe I am. I looked at a lot of these videos, okay? And this is the only white person I found that didn't have electricity.
That it can't be that bad going 9 days without power. Let me show y'all. Refrigerator. Freezer. The little bit of food that I do have that I try to get day by day to cook on my grill is in here. Mind you, hold on, let me move this around. Ice melted.
I mean, good idea.
Last night. Hasn't even been 24
but like,
hours.
jeez, dude.
And my ice is already melted.
Can you imagine having kids with this?
78 degrees in my house. Meanwhile, it's like what, like 74 outside.
Yeah, and you don't have a fan.
Like
How are you?
But it is a big difference.
Ugh,
baby's clothes, towels, washcloths being piled up because you can't go wash. My clothes, my boyfriend's clothes piled up because we can't go wash. I got fans like this, portable fans hanging just so we can get some air circulation.
Okay, you got a little battery fan.
Went to the store for a flashlight.
That's a good idea.
This is the only one that I could get. Candles.
See, in the candles, that's another thing. You gotta, like, that's a fire hazard, man. You got kids around candles. I don't like it.
Light at nighttime.
I mean, you're doing what you gotta do. I get it, but
batteries.
It's like, geez, dude.
My baby, gotta take him on a walk almost all day long because it's so fucking hot in the house.
And it's not, these are tens of thousands of people going through this situation.
I'm deciding whether I'm gonna sleep in the living room, sleep in my room, whichever one is cooler, whichever one I feel safer in. Stocked up on noodles, soup, bread, peanut butter, be it perishable items because we cannot keep nothing cold.
Yeah,
Y'all
exactly.
Just see my
you don't
ice?
have a fridge, yeah.
We need flashlights, batteries, gas cards, coolers. We need stuff like that to help us survive. You go out.
Man, the little kid crying. I don't know. I don't want to see your baby. I'm sorry. I just, man. KO says, I have glow-in-the-dark toys I can send. Not for the kids, hopefully. I just, man, this is horrible. Like, and people who live in the city are not ready for this kind of thing. And like I said earlier, it's not just Gary, Indiana. This guy's outside of Gary, and he is upset because he doesn't have power.
Everybody keep on acting like this a Gary, Indiana thing. This a Indiana thing. This a NIPSCO thing. I'm not in Gary, Indiana, and I've been without power for 9 days as well.
NIPSCO is the power company.
As y'all can see, this how my backyard is looking. Literally got lines down and all. Also, I had to throw away lots of food as well. And I know lots of y'all just trying to get views off the situation, but I hope y'all know some parts of Gary got power before other parts of Indiana. Gary not having power don't have nothing to do with it being the blackest city because some of the whiter cities don't got power as well. Now, things would have been different if Gary was the only ones that didn't have power.
Wait, what is this? All right. So he's saying all of these cities that are listed here also don't have power. This is these are estimates about when the power company thinks that certain areas will have their power back, but I'm curious though if any of these places have power now. Because this is from 5 days ago.
But lots of other cities is going through the same thing. Also, lots of people saying Gary ain't getting enough coverage, which is true. But it's a couple other cities that ain't make the list and no one talking about as well. If y'all creators really want to help Gary out, y'all need to get NIPSCO to do their job the correct way. Because they keep on raising our bill, but the service ain't getting no better. If y'all ain't know, they literally trying to charge us for some of the equipment that got knocked down from the storm. So before some people could even get power, they got to spend money to get this fixed. But what's
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough issue. Okay, so that's called, I believe that's called the conductor head. He's pointing out there. And that is where the power connects to your house. And, okay, so yeah.
Gotta spend money to get...
The pipe is bent and the bracket has come away from the house here. But, like, also, I feel like people are in need. Like, can we just hook it up? Can we just hook up the power, NIPSCO, and not, because I totally could see somebody coming around and they're like, oh, well, your conductor is damaged, so you'll have to call an electrician to have that fixed. And then we'll come back and re-inspect. I'm sure it's pretty hard to hire an electrician right now in Indiana. I just have a feeling. Yes. KO says NIPSCO shameful. Exactly.
This fixed. But what's crazy, Illinois got hit with the same storm, and ComEd was able to get their power on within a couple days.
Now, the reason they were able to get power back on in 2 days is because their entire infrastructure wasn't destroyed. Where is that article? I don't know if I saved it. Okay, here it is. Fixing the local damage wasn't just a basic repair job. Utility crews had to completely rebuild the infrastructure from scratch, replacing 300 utility poles and 44 heavy transmission structures. Okay, so 44 transmission structures were damaged. That's crazy. Not 44 transformers. That is insane. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, that's why it's taking so long to get it back together. It is not a conspiracy, but I still feel like the news attention would be way different if this was happening at Martha's Vineyard, let's say. This gas station is being run by a generator here in this little interview.
We've had to throw out all of our food, so the community is trying to come together and look out for each other.
This is the operator
away
of
food
this
and supplies and things of that nature. We've been out here every day feeding people. Wow. Power has been out for 12 days.
For real though, it's crazy.
A lot of the
Just
citizens in the
fix
community,
it. Yeah, exactly.
They've been in the
Get
dark.
to work.
Bro, you got a headlight on. Like, for survival.
It'd be darker. It was so dark already. We're supposed to go through these streets and that bitch dark.
We witnessed miles and miles of power outage.
How are you guys surviving? Like, what are you...
Gas stations down too. This lady reminds me of Sweet Brown. She has a lot of charisma. I really like her a lot. She says, how are you guys surviving? What are you doing?
Going to the community events. All the food in my refrigerator spoiled. I had to spend a night in the hospital because they said I'm dehydrated. I have an upper respiratory infection and a UTI from not drinking not enough water. Got sickle cell and I get sick easy, so.
It's kind of like a guessing game.
I love
a lot
that
of
lady.
the gas stations are being ran with generators. See the generator right there?
Oh, wow.
If you don't know who Sweet Brown is, that's the Ain't Nobody Got Time for That.
Wow. That's everyone out here getting gas from a generator.
Yes. Yeah. Due to NIPSCO, they had the funding and money to repair things. They were charging us high rates on electricity and gas, but they did not put the money towards things that could have prevented this from happening.
Wow.
Yes. I just want to thank everybody who has been tuning in, spreading awareness. We are very grateful. If it's anything you can send here, food, supplies, drive on in, and we'll be out here. Thank you so much.
Unity is strength. And right now, what's going on right now with the lights out? I love the love. I love love. It's bringing all love together, actually. People feeding each other, looking out for each other, making sure our phones charged up.
I love that.
And
I
all
like
that.
hearing that.
You don't really see that when everybody had it, the lights and everything else. Now,
this is the kind of positivity
love,
we
actually,
need.
The community coming together, old Gary coming back. I love that. And when the power come back on, don't stop the love.
Don't stop it.
Keep
That's
it
right.
going. Now imagine how much you can spread with the lights on, you know what I'm saying, and resources. Now show love. Watch how powerful the city become, how everybody, God, you're gonna see God.
We've had to throw out all...
Absolutely agree. Even when the power comes back on, we have to remember that these people still went through this situation and they still need lots of help. Black Magic says, at what point do the feds get off their butts and help? That is what is shameful. I agree. We used to have something that it would intervene in times like this. FEMA or something? I don't know. I remember them being a star the last time something like this happened, like in Katrina. I don't know. How can this go on so long without the government helping? I hope people remember this. I hope people remember this too, because the government is not coming to help you. No, doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. The government's not coming to help you. You got to have your own generator. You got to have solar panels. You got to be ready. You got to have your own food. Because we don't all have a sweet local convenience store operator to feed us. You know, if you're living out in the country, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when this happens? Black Magic says, I love Sweet Brown. Me too. I got bronchitis. That's what made me think of it, because she's like listing off all of her ailments. Oh my goodness. See, just even in disaster, there's still light in this world. You know, this lady says that people in her comments are being rude and mean.
Hey y'all, I'm back again.
I think she's working at Amazon.
I am really going through it, y'all. Like, I'm so irritated. We are out here so down bad in Gary. Y'all, I literally had power for basically a day. Still no Wi-Fi, nothing. And why did I just get a message saying that the power is back out? We're literally back in the fucking dark. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm sorry. Like, I know I cuss a lot, but y'all just knew the stress that I am enduring, that I have endured during this time. Like, if you ain't never been in a situation like this, I just don't think you, like, can relate, you can understand. I've seen so many people saying so many negative comments and so much mean shit. Like, when did it become, like, so cool to just be so fucking rude to people? Like, life is hard already as is. Why do you need other people around you during a disaster situation like this, making it worse? Like, y'all, when I say please, send me a prayer, baby. Send me a prayer. Like, I made a GoFundMe. I'm going to keep posting my GoFundMe. Nobody has really donated to it. I really don't expect much. But anything is a blessing. And honestly, it really, anything is a blessing. Like...
Now, I believe what she is referring to is that, okay, there was a shooting situation, and, a guy was being robbed, and he fired a couple shots at the would-be robbers, and these shots missed wildly, and 2 of them struck a parked vehicle, which happened to be labeled NIPSCO, because it was a Jeep that 2 workers were using to survey the damage in the area. They were accompanied by a police officer, and none of the workers nor the police officer saw the shooting or the shooter because they were nowhere near the vehicle when it happened. But a lot of people are using this in comments to say, like, oh, well, no wonder the electric company is not helping you because you guys are shooting at them. And that is simply just not the case. It is, it's misinformation. I don't even want to give a lot of light to it. I just wanted to mention the fact that that is being talked about, but it's not, it's being misrepresented. No one was firing at the electrical people, company, anything. NIPSCO vehicle was empty at the time, and no one was near it. So, no one was in danger, no one was injured. KO says, I'm going to find her and donate and help her post her account. Oh yeah, this is Danae Andrea, DeAnaeAndrea on TikTok, and she does have her Cash App in her thing. She has a lot of videos about this situation if you want to check out a little bit more from her. But this person says she has no power still and people aren't paying attention anymore.
And another thing, I still ain't got no motherfucking power.
And another thing, just starts with that. I love it. I love this lady already. It's like Jeffrey.
I still ain't got no
like
motherfucking power. I don't even know which day it is no more. I still ain't got no motherfucking power.
I don't think she has power.
Even when the power get cut back on, we still ain't got no motherfucking food. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it's dying down because of more people getting power. Bitch, I still ain't got no power. I just walked from the store to charge my phone. They got power. How the fuck the gas station got power and I ain't got no power? We literally
right. How'd the gas station get power?
Not even a whole 15 minutes away from each other. Why I ain't got no power? I don't remember. I think it's day 11 or 12. I'm tired of counting. I'm tired of counting days. I ain't gonna lie. I still ain't got no goddamn power. I still gotta walk to go charge my motherfucking phone because I still ain't got no power.
I love it. I love it. I like hearing the honesty.
I still ain't got no motherfucking power.
She doesn't have power, you guys.
And another thing, I still ain't got no motherfucking power.
I needed the clean clip there so we can reuse that audio. That's a good one.
And another thing, I still ain't got no motherfucking power.
Love it. She doesn't have any power. I feel for her. If I went out without power for a single day, I would be distraught. I have generators though. And like I said, we are on a well, so if we don't have power, we don't have water, and you need water, you know. So I'd be doing something about it. But this is also led a lot of people to think that this is some sort of big government conspiracy at work.
Y'all, it's about to go down. My spidey sense is telling me
he's wearing his work uniform.
About to go down.
I hope you don't get fired and end up in that video series.
Power outage in Indiana. I ain't even going to say Gary, Indiana. In Indiana itself.
Allied Security is breaking the case wide open.
But the worst part about it is that they ain't even tell us nothing. They ain't tell us nothing. We had to hear from the public, and we the public. I thought we was the United States.
I
and
agree.
We united. Why we don't
How
know
are we
going to
hear it from the public and we're the public?
I know why. Because this ain't one of them planned events. Because a lot of stuff that's going on out here that they tell us about on the news is planned. And they telling us to kind of scare us or whatever. But this right here wasn't planned.
But this isn't.
It was unexpected. And they don't know what the fuck going on. So they trying to get to the bottom of it. And they ain't got enough time to tell us.
Okay.
Y'all, it's about to go down.
He's figured it out.
My spidey sense is telling me.
His spider sense is never wrong. That is Big Kim on TikTok with 2 eyes. KO says, you need water for the ducks. Yeah, exactly. And the cows. Animals are very thirsty. You gotta have that pump running. Yeah, that's that MF and power she doesn't got. Exactly. I love the people who can make light of the situation. This guy is a gamer, and he was starting to get the itch on day 9, and he had to play some Fortnite. So he went over to somebody's house, and they had a LAN party like we used to do 20 years ago.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm so sick of this shit. It's day 9, no power, man. Shout out to my nigga AJ, my nigga Maya. We had a LAN party. I brought my monitor, I brought my PlayStation. We played Fortnite, got some dubs. He made some mules. LAN party.
There we go.
It was lit.
Got some
I'll
dubs.
I'll forever be thankful for your hospitality. But listen.
Thanks, AJ.
This shit getting old, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. On my way home, everything lit up like a damn Christmas tree. Everybody got power. All these buildings got power. It's so street lights. The damn streets is lit up. Y'all don't understand how demoralizing it is when the street lights stop at your neighborhood.
Yeah.
They stop at your neighborhood. They damn near stop at my fucking street. Damn. It's pitch black out here, bruh.
It's because he lives on the same street as that other lady.
How much longer do we gotta do with this? This shit done got so serious. Keith Lee finna come down here. Keith Lee talking about some. I can't stand to see this. I can't stand to live in it, Keith Lee. You know what? I'm with you, Keith Lee. I can't stand this shit either. If they ain't feel our pain before, they gonna feel it now. Damn it. If they ain't talk about it before, they gonna talk about us now.
Yeah. I hope they do. And the Keith Lee video he was talking about was this one. I don't know why the delay is happening today.
Officially in Chicago, Illinois. Tomorrow, we will be in Gary, Indiana.
This was for today's event.
Is 11 o'clock. This is the address right here. We have supplies until they run out. We got a DJ coming for music. We got a bunch of food trucks. Shout out to every food truck that said they want to be down and participate and contribute. The buzz that I've heard from Gary, Indiana so far has been amazing. Again, if there's anything that we could possibly do, I'm going to do it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There is no community that looks like myself that I will not play the part in, not being ignored. If I can do anything to make sure that we heard and we know, and we know, but everybody know that we a community and we're going to stand together, I'm going to do that. God is amazing. God bless y'all. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 11 o'clock until 3. Depending on supplies, but until 3. God bless y'all. Officially.
Keith Lee is such a good dude, you know? Like, that's a classic case of making the right dude famous. I love that guy. And that was really cool of him to do. But I don't know. I feel like as the disaster is winding down, people will forget about it and not learn the lessons from it. And this strawberry, I thought, had some pretty good points about the situation.
What if your power went out today and it stayed out for several days? What if the grocery stores were packed? Gas stations had lines around the block.
Grocery stores are empty.
It's 100 degrees outside. And suddenly, everyone in your neighborhood is trying to solve the exact same problems at the exact same time.
Yes.
We're seeing a real-world example of that right now in Gary, Indiana. And instead of looking at it through a lens of fear, I want to look at it from a lens of preparedness. Because real emergencies are the best teachers. And we can learn these lessons right now while watching things unfold in real time, instead of learning them in the middle of our own emergencies.
This is
Lesson
when
number
zombies
1.
come on TikTok.
Keep fuel in your vehicle. One of the most simplest things that you can do is keep your tank halfway full.
When the gas station
you
has
don't
no
have to top it
power,
off every
there's
single time
no
you leave
gas.
the house. But don't wait until the power is out for you to decide to go get some gas.
Yep.
Because guess what? Everyone else just had that same brilliant idea,
to the
and now you're
strawberry.
waiting for 3 to 6 hours in the heat just to top off your tank.
Yep.
Lesson number 2. Don't make the grocery store your emergency plan. If the power goes out, you don't want your emergency plan to be, well, I guess I'll go see what's left at Walmart. Have food, water, and basic supplies already in your home.
Remember when we did that
Because
6
you don't
years
want to
ago?
participate in the Hunger
How
Games at the
quickly
grocery
stores
store.
emptied out?
The fewer things you have to go compete for, the better. Lesson number 3. Stay home when you can. If conditions outside are getting chaotic, you don't want to be out driving around just because you're bored. If you've prepared your home to function without normal utilities, your safest place probably is your home. Food, water, lighting, cooling, cooking, first aid, communication, sanitation. The more of those things that you can handle
A
at
lot
home,
of
the
those
less
things
reason you
people
have to
do
leave.
not think about until
Those
it's
are just the first
already
3
happened.
lessons. But there are 3 more things that I think are actually even more important.
Yeah, so there's that's when the zombies come on TikTok, if you want to check out the strawberry and hear some more from them. But I thought that was pretty good advice and at least some lessons to be learned from this. But this is a terrifying situation, and I cannot imagine the entire city not having power, not having food, not having water. Because like the strawberry just said, every single person in the city now is trying to solve the exact same problem at the exact same time. So don't be one of those people if this happens in your city. And God, I hope it doesn't. And I really hope that now that national media is starting to pay attention to this story, that they can get some more funding over there. They can get some more people over there. 700 people does not sound like enough people for an area that large for the electrical infrastructure workers. So I don't know, man. I love seeing Keith Lee and, you know, the community leaders coming together. That's awesome. I think that's the best part of humanity, is our solidarity in hard times. And we need to remember that. And if you're able to contribute to some of these organizations that are helping out there, definitely do that. I don't know which one's the right one, but they need help. So get the word out there. Maybe hit the share button, hit subscribe, hit like. We like it when you do that. Anyways, yeah, I hope y'all have a great week. Thank you so much for hanging out. Sorry, it was kind of a heavy one tonight, but not enough people are talking about this, so I wanted to. So hope y'all have a great week, and I will catch y'all on Friday for the extras. Peace.